Pleasure, mate. Anthony, I think that's the first time I've said your name without doing a rendition of Voulez-Vous. It's a privilege. I am an absolute massive fan. I've been visualising this entire interview all of yesterday. Cast your mind back 12 months ago. You were looking forward to playing in the European Under-21 Championships. Back then, you weren't actually a regular starter for Newcastle United. Since then, you're now won Player of the Tournament, you've won Player of the Season for Newcastle. How have the last 12 months been for you, and what do you put your success down to?
Yeah, they've been incredible. Couldn't have asked for any more. Like you said, the 2 awards I've won are massive for me, massive confidence builder. I think the success has just been down to resilience and just pure belief, believing in myself, believing I can do it before anyone else did it.
Phenomenal. And you came from Merseyside to the northeast of England. Were you surprised by the passion for football here? And do you see any similarities between Merseyside and the northeast?
Yeah, there's definitely similarities, as in they're both working class. They're both same types of people, funny, a lot of character, always up for a laugh and stuff, very light-hearted. I think the passion in football surprised me a lot. I didn't quite realise how big Newcastle was just until I really got there, and the fans are just everywhere across the city, no matter which part you're in. So I definitely underestimated that part.
Why do you think the fans are so passionate about football in this region?
Good question. I don't actually know. I think when you're in an environment of a working class city, football can give that real belief to the community, and it can give people a way of coming together and believing in something. I feel that's what I felt coming from Liverpool at times. I always just admired footballers, and it always gave me that, I said, that belief in I can be something. And I think that's the reason.
You start that with I don't know, but you finish with a very eloquent answer. That is very true. I think some of that passion is tied to the community spirit, as you said, coming together. Yeah. Now, you recently showed Newcastle United fans just your community spirit. A tweet was put out asking for a signed shirt of yours for a young boy named Joseph Birch, who is at Manchester Children's Hospital suffering from an acute form of leukemia. You went one above and drove all the way down to the hospital and went to meet him. Firstly, how did that come about? Secondly, how inspiring was it meeting him and the other kids there in that hospital?
Well, I just got made aware of the tweet. I seen it, and I was in the area anyway, so it didn't take much for me to go and do. So it was the least I could have done, really. I seen him, and then just going in to meet him is so inspiring and so humbling to see such a young kid going through something so hard at that age. Like I said, it was so inspiring, and by the end of it, I was just so thankful that I could go in and meet him and be around his family. They were lovely. They were so happy and in such high spirits, and it was just crazy. It's good for me to see. Yeah,
perfect, and I think you showed the rest of the world just how inspiring a man you are as well. So fair play and well done to you. I mean, coming up this Monday, you've currently got 2 England caps. Hopefully you're going to get a 3rd. And how is that going to feel representing England in what has now become your home ground, St James's Park?
Yeah, I couldn't wish for a better place to play for England, to be fair. In front of basically my home fans, like you said. The stadium and that, it's just a great place to play football for any occasion. But playing for England in that stadium, it's a great duo, great combination.
I'm a stand-up comedian by trade. I'm sure you know the sponsor, Newcastle Brown Ale.
Yeah.
I call myself the Newcastle Brown Male. It's a very unique sense of Geordie humour. As you say, a lot of funny things happen in working class communities.
Yeah.
You experienced that within your first week here, when you turned up to the Metro Centre, struggled to find an Uber, and got a lift home off a fan. Firstly, what was that experience like?
Crazy. It was good. I think it was a good welcoming experience though, like just to get used to the people. So basically, I had no like clothing, no bathroom essentials, that sort of thing. So went to the Metro, didn't realise it would be so busy, and my phone died by the time I got out of there, which was good timing. And then the only way to get home really was to sort of get a lift from someone else or try and search for a taxi. And luckily, I met a lovely family who helped me out.
Were you just standing outside the Metro Centre and he just approached you?
Yeah, they come to me and was just basically saying, welcome, really excited to see you play, that sort of thing. And then I told them I couldn't find, well, my phone had died, so I couldn't get a taxi, which then they kindly offered me
I mean, next time you go to the Metro Centre, you might want to pick up a power pack.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Or charge it before I go.
How much are you looking forward to representing your country, England, at St James's Park, a stadium that's now become your home ground?
No, it's a special feeling. I think any opportunity that I get to represent England is always special, but to represent my country at St James's it's an even more special feeling, and most importantly as well for the supporters, because they get to see the national team, play. They get to see the favourite players play as well. So it gives the supporters a great opportunity to watch England play, and I think it's good that we're on the road. You've lived in Manchester, you've lived in London, and you've lived in Madrid. 3 massively passionate football cities. But how would you describe the passion for football here in the northeast of England, and why do you think it means so much to the region? I don't think people realise how passionate they are until you actually play for Newcastle. I played at St James's many times. I've been in the city many times before I became a Newcastle player. But when I first arrived, you feel the pressure as well, because the supporters demand a lot. But as you said, yeah, I played in for some big teams, but Newcastle is, I don't know, there's just something special about it, about the supporters. No matter where you go in the city, take my kids to school or wherever it may be, they're so passionate, and I see that on a weekly basis. So, Newcastle in the history have always been a huge club with huge fan base. So, yeah, probably one of the best supporters I played in front of for sure. Have they given you lessons in the lingo? What words have you picked up in Northeast dialect? Yeah, it's funny really as you say that, because if we're speaking to them like myself, it's all right, but as soon as the Geordie boys started speaking to each other, it's like a different language at times. They speak like so fast and stuff, even for myself. But no, it's more like they try and teach like Bruno and all, South Americans, like the slang and stuff like that. And it's actually funny listening to them speak it. You're one of the most experienced players in this England squad. You've played in 3 major tournaments. Can you give us an insight into what you feel is the potential of this current crop of players in the England team heading into the Euros, and what is the mood like in the England camp? Yeah, it's crazy really, because I've been the last 3 tournaments. It's been like different players. From my first one, it was more older players, and then you look at it now and it's just young, fresh, hungry. The talent's scary really. But the mood in the camp's good, positive. We're all delighted to be back together. And that's the most important thing. You need to enjoy it when you go away with your national team, if you're playing or not. That's key. The standards come from the manager. He sets the tone. And myself, as an experienced player, it's about, trying to control that. Not just myself, there's so many experienced players in the team, but it's just trying to keep that balance. And yeah, we're feeling positive, we're feeling good, and just got to keep working hard.
It is the day before the semi-finals, and I'm here at the Young Lions training camp. Let's go and catch up with the boys. Want to sum up your tournament so far in 3 words? What are they?
Exciting, ambitious, and hot.
Okay, Tino, we're going to be doing this or that. Newcastle or Bratislava?
Newcastle.
Game-winning goal line clearance or last-minute winner?
Last minute winner.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Charlie, we know that you're good with your head, so can you tell me what is going through it in 10 words?
10 words?
10 words.
What, like a sentence?
However you fancy.
I can't wait for tomorrow's game. It will be good.
That was good.
Easy, innit?
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Always be too hot or too cold?
Too cold.
We are going to win against the Netherlands.
That's one word. Yeah.
Yeah. Win the Champions League or the World Cup?
World Cup.
3 Slovakian words that you might have learned so far.
You know what's crazy about this? I've been trying to ask some of the fans some Slovakian words to use, but I always forget when I meet them and stuff. So I don't actually have any.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh, you can't forget how to say hello. It's the best word ever.
Hello?
But you just said like hello, like in a French accent. Ashley Cole or Gary Neville?
Ashley Cole.
TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Hello is ahoy.
Ahoy?
Yeah.
Like ahoy, like a pirate.
Sailor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you can use that one.
Ahoy.
And then thank you. Thank you is Jacquiem. I think that's how you pronounce it, or I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Jacquiem, yeah?
Jacquiem, yeah.
Jacquiem.
Yeah.
That's thank you.
That's thank you.
Okay. And one more?
No, I only have two.
I guess that's all you need, isn't it?
Right back or left back?
Right back.
Right back. Oh, we've seen you playing both positions now.
Yeah.
Do you have the preference then?
Yeah, I think so. I've always kind of grown up as a right back, but wherever I play, whenever I go out there, I just try to give the best account of myself. Showing that I can play both sides is definitely a positive for managers, I think.
3 young Lions goal scorers in the tournament.
Myself, Harvey, and Maka.
Nice. Get the captain in there. He'd have been fuming if you didn't. Any nerves still there?
You get nerves, a little bit of nerves, but we're all footballers that play at the highest level, so we kind of get used to that.
I think nerves is good. Gives you that little bit of fear, and you can use it to your benefit.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. Yeah. Always need a little bit of butterflies.
What would you rather, a last-minute winner or a last-minute goal line clearance?
Ooh, a goal line clearance. Nah, winner.
So earlier this week, James Maddison posted a photo of you two having a conversation. You know what's coming next. Yeah. And he captioned it that you were still asking for a replay of the Spurs versus Liverpool game. Is that actually what happened?
Nah. No, he was asking me how to teach him how to put a free kick in the top corner. But I told him I just showed him the video when I scored at Leicester last year and they got relegated. So.
Well, Trent, it's over 5 years since you made your England debut. How would you sum up your time playing for your country so far?
I would say this is the most exciting time for me. No, I think firstly coming into the team, getting involved in the setup is obviously very, very exciting. But it's been 5 years. But this is definitely the most excited I've felt coming into camps, and just a feeling of opportunity for me and the team out there.
During the past 5 years, you've won pretty much everything at club level. Why do you think at times it's not quite worked as well for you with England?
I mean, I don't know, because decisions are made, and I don't hold anyone out that against anyone. I think club and country decisions are made. People are not played as much as what they want to be. For me, it's just about coming in, trying to prove how good I am, trying to get myself into the team, trying to perform when I'm given opportunities. And like I said, this is probably the most exciting time for me as an England player, and that's the feeling I get when I'm arriving into camp.
Over recent seasons, there's been so much focus on the defensive side of your game. What's that been like for you when people have been talking about that so much?
I think it's easy in these days for people to focus on the negative things and the things players can't do. And I think narratives are set around that. But as a player, I'm confident in my abilities. At club level, I've got the manager's trust to go out there and perform week in, week out. And I have had that no matter what people are saying on the outside. So I've always felt like it doesn't really matter what people are saying about me, as long as I know I'm going out there and I'm performing the best I can. People will always, even the best players in the world, the best players ever, people have negative things to say about them, no matter what. And you can't make everyone happy. As long as I'm going out there and I'm winning games, winning trophies, when it's all said and done, I'll be able to look myself in the mirror and say I gave everything and I have no regrets.
Do you think in recent months, with the way your position has changed for both club and country, you're maybe changing people's perceptions of you and what you can do as a footballer?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are seeing that potentially I'm more effective in the middle of the pitch, and I'm able to be more effective for the team that I'm playing for in the middle of the pitch, and that is maybe the route going forward. Who knows? Like everything, it's not my decision. I can only play in the position I'm told to. But, you know, I think with the conversations I've had, especially with the manager here, is that playing centrally and in the middle of the pitch is something that we want to look at going forward. And that's, like I said, that's something that really excites me. And I feel like we'll get the best out of me in this setup.
I was going to say, is that your best position, do you feel like, centrally? You never want to answer that question, do you?
No, it's not because I don't want to answer it. It's because I don't actually know. I think it depends on the setup. I think the way I look at it, for Liverpool, as a full-back, I've got the freedom to get into central areas and to create from the right half space and get down the touchline and put crosses in and create chances and get assists and everything over the last 5-6 years. I think the setup for England's a bit different, what the manager wants from his full-backs. Of course, there's license to go forward, but you know, stability and structure defensively is important as well. So I think there's more emphasis on midfielders to be going and creating chances and scoring goals and getting assists and making things happen. So although technically it's two different positions on the pitch, I think both systems allow me to get into the same positions on the pitch. I think having a license to get the ball, dictate the game, control the tempo is the most important thing for a player like me. It's not so much whether I'm a midfielder or full-back or anywhere on the pitch, whether it's an 8 or 6, a double pivot, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's just I'm a player who needs to get on the ball. I'm a player that can and wants to dictate the game, control the tempo, orchestrate the whole game, and I need to get on the ball to do that. So wherever that is fine by me.
Talk to me about those conversations that you had with Gareth Southgate then, because I know he called you up before the June games to say, this is what we're thinking about doing with you.
Yeah, very, very good conversations. I've always had honest conversations with the manager. And although over the years some of them have been difficult and disappointing for me as a player, they've always been honest, and I've always respected that. The honesty that comes with those conversations. But yeah, we spoke before the June camp, and he just expressed how he wanted to see me playing in the middle of the pitch and see if it could work. And you know, we tried it once before, but this was going to be a little bit different, and the way that we were going to set up and the role that he wanted me to play and the messaging going into that game. And obviously the way I've been playing from club was kind of coming into the middle of the pitch anyway, so I had a lot more experience and it wasn't just out the blue and thrown into the deep end. So the conversations were very good, and you know, as a player, all you ever want is opportunity to go and perform, and you know, he gave me that platform in the summer. It was disappointing obviously to pick up the injury before the last camp, because it was one that me and I'm sure the coaching staff and the manager himself were really excited to build on. But hopefully this time around there's them opportunities again.
How much did you enjoy playing that role in those June games?
Oh, very much. I think if you see the games back, you'll be able to see it's almost like I'm playing with a smile on my face all the time. It was very enjoyable for me. It was pure football. I enjoyed it. I loved it, and it was happiness. Yeah.
Do you think we could potentially see a midfield three going forward of Declan Rice, of Jude Bellingham, of Trent Alexander-Arnold?
I mean, it's something I would hope for as a player. It's to have a midfield like that would be. I mean, we haven't seen what it could potentially bring, but I think on paper it's a midfield that's very exciting. Declan doing amazing things like he has done for years, and then Jude, I don't need to speak much about what he's doing. So to potentially be in midfield with those two is something I could see working. just about getting on the pitch with them.
You've used the word dictate a lot. That seems to be what you really enjoy doing. Do you feel like in this England team, you have the freedom and you will be able to dictate the play?
I think so. I think there will be emphasis on a player like me to create and to make things happen, and rightfully so. I put that expectation on myself as well. So I would expect the manager and the staff and the players that I'm playing with to demand that from me as well. But also control the game. When we are winning games, how can we control it? How can we make sure we're keeping the ball? We're not sinking into a deep line, back against the wall kind of formation. We're still controlling the game, winning it in that sense, and also just bringing that calmness to the team as well. And someone who's comfortable with the ball at the feet. So, you know, I'll never shy away, no matter what, to get the ball. Good times, bad times, doesn't matter. Whenever I'm on the pitch, I want the ball.
Are there any players in that position that you particularly are moulding your game on now, or looking up and taking bits from?
A lot. I think I've always felt like I've been different from everyone else. I've played the game a little bit differently, and you know, there's not many people that have the same skill set as me as a player. So it's not big-headed, but it's hard to find people that can play the game the way I play it. So no, I take little bits from different people. De Bruyne is someone that I look at massively. James Maddison is someone receiving the ball in those tight spaces is an exceptional talent and something that he's worked on and can do it really, really well. So, you know, I watch him closely in training to see how he does it, how many times he checks his shoulders, how does he know what's around him, when to turn, when to set. Just the decision making. I think even just sharing training pitch with the likes of Declan, Jude, Hendo, learnt a lot from him. Just picking up different things, the composure of players, John Stones' composure. These are the types of things that I guess I don't even know I'm actually doing it, but I'm watching everyone and what they're doing and the things that they can teach me by just watching. And I'll ask questions as well. I don't have any shame in that. I don't think there is any shame in that. I don't care if I'm going up to, you know, the likes of Declan, likes of the Jude that are younger than me, and asking them questions. Why did you do that? How did you do that? You know, learning the game is learning the game, and if it makes me a better player, then I'll be the one that's laughing in the end.
Do you think the Trent Alexander-Arnold of 3-4 years ago would have been this obsessed with improvement? Is this something new to you, would you say?
I think it's always been within me, but it gets to a point when when you learn something new or learn a new skill, you're so obsessed with it that it is just an obsession, and you're constantly always thinking about it. And then eventually, once you get the grasp of the basics and it becomes a bit more natural, you stop searching for the little things every single day. And not that you get lazy, but it just becomes a bit more natural. So I think that's what happened. It wasn't that I stopped searching. It was hard to learn something brand new every single day, whereas now I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm learning something.
Where did this come from, though? What ignited this passion in you to want to learn this?
And when the manager first said you're gonna play this inverted role, I thought,
what did you think?
There's so many different names and variations, what people like to call it. Let's just call it the inverted role when I'm coming inside with possession. I seen it. This is my opportunity to show people I can play in the middle of the pitch. That's the first thing I thought was. You might get one game. If it doesn't work, manager won't try it again. You'll go back and, you know, you potentially play the rest of your career as a right back, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just felt there is more to me from playing in the centre of the pitch, and I seen that as my opportunity. I can show people what I'm really capable of doing, because I felt like I could dictate games, I could control games from right back, and I was able to do that, but I felt like this was another dimension to my game. How can I evolve? That's what I was searching for, I think, and that was the opportunity that presented itself, an evolution for me.
You turned 25 last week.
Oh God, don't remind me.
I'm not one to comment on age, I'm older than you. Yeah, you turned 25 last week. It feels like even sitting next to you now, you're so much more mature than when I've spoken to you in the past. Do you feel like you kind of have grown up a little bit and kind of you want to become a leader? I know you're vice captain at Liverpool now.
Definitely. I got to a point where I felt it was time to really take responsibility for everything that was happening, club and country, and rather than being happy with decisions that were made, it was more how can I force decisions to go in my favour, and how can I make sure that there's pressure on the manager from my performances to make sure I'm playing every game and playing in a position that I think best suits me and gets the best out of me. And like I said, after the conversations we had in the summer, I felt like there was a real chance at doing that, and I just needed to take it and perform. And I felt like I did that in the summer. Like I said, the September camps was disappointing because I was injured, but there's definitely the foundation for me personally, I feel has been laid.
Is this the best place you've been in as a footballer for quite some time? Ooh. It just sounds like it mentally, the way you're talking. It sounds like you're loving your football, you're feeling valued at club and country, and everything's kind of going well on the pitch.
The end of last season, the summer camp with England, that was the foundation to go and build on what I built from. There was 10, 15 games that I laid a good foundation for. And then, you know, it was about demanding more from me. I've got high dreams and ambitions, and although I've achieved a lot of them, there's still so much more that I want to achieve. And it's about going and doing that. I think I've realised, you know, well, for me, I'm not a young player anymore, getting into hopefully peak years of my career. And how can I get the best out of that? And I'm the one that's responsible for it. You know, I'm the one that can make that happen. I've always felt like I've been in control of what I can go and achieve as a player.
We've now been joined pitchside by Jack Grealish. Jack, these are the nights in an England shirt you want to be involved in, right?
Yeah, no, of course. You know, it was a brilliant night. We prepared well for it. You know, there was a lot of talk in the camp, you know, from the players and the manager saying, don't underestimate these. You know, they're a good side. And I think we just went out there, you know, from the first whistle. We just felt like the crowd. We just said it in there that the crowd was just so behind us tonight. And you know, when you've got so many players in the starting 11 that are just at the peak of their game, really, you know, like Rashi and Harry, the front three especially, but then even like, you know, Stonesy, Trent, and, you know, I could go through a lot of people, but yeah, it was a brilliant night.
Jack, is it time for us now? I'm looking at this team, and I've watched England for many years, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, like you boys look like you put it all together. Come Germany next summer, is it time? The boys will be confident, right?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I'd say now if I was a bit like, you know, it's still 50-50, but I think, you know, in our heads we have to go there trying to win. You know, we've come close twice, but like I just said then, you know, when you actually look at all the players in the squad and especially the starting 11, everyone's just in their prime or just in top form. And I think, you know, it showed, you know, we've come into this camp and it could have been hard, you know, with obviously the City lads, you know, we've obviously just come off, you know, a strong few days, and obviously all the lads have just had 2 weeks off or whatever. So, you know, we could have come in like last summer, for example, you know, we had 4 games and I can't remember the results, but the last game, especially against Hungary, I think it was 4-0 or 4-1 or something. And we've come here, you know, and won, what was it, 7-0 and 4-0, was it? Yeah. So yeah, no, it's been a great camp, and I think for a lot of us, you know, the perfect way to end the season.
What about you personally, Jack, in terms of your own game? Obviously, City have gone out and bought you for a lot of money on the back of your form from Villa, but it seems to me this season your consistency in your game's gone to a new level. Can you give us some kind of insight into the work Pep's done with you and Gareth's done you in terms of the 1v1? What have they been saying to you?
Do you know what? Thierry Henry asked me a question after the final, and I was like, I hadn't actually been asked it before. He was like, what has changed? And I was like, there was a time after the World Cup, and I was sitting there, and I was thinking, there's so many people that have put a lot of, like the likes of Cheeky at Man City and Pep and Ferran, and they spent a lot of money on me. And I just felt like, even though we won the league last year, I just felt like I hadn't really repaid them anything, And I come back from the World Cup, I was training in New York and stuff, and I come back, I felt fit. I felt ready to go, and then in January, I had a good month getting goals and assists, and since then I've just felt a trust from the manager that I've never had before.
Is that you adapting though? Because it's a big thing for a young lad to go from Aston Villa to Man City with that big expectation on you. Sometimes it does take the time, but do you feel really comfortable now? Feel like you're backing yourself more?
Yeah, I just feel like I know, like going back to City, I feel like I know what the manager wants. Like there'd be times where I was playing and I'd do something, I think, class that, and then he'd be like, no, and I'd be like, I thought it was like the right thing, do you know what I mean? But now I get what he wants, like certain passes, certain movements with and without the ball, and to be fair, it's different, to what the manager here wants, but that's the same for everyone. I mean, you see like John, for example, like what Pep's done with him is just, it's frightening, and you see him tonight, I feel like he just brings the way he's been playing for Man City to here, like holding on to the ball, dragging people in, little bounce passes, and I feel one of the most confident, I've ever felt in my life at the moment.
So you should.
Yeah. Jack, the treble at such a young age, kind of, what do you dream of next? Is it the international honours? Like, what motivates you to just keep going?
Do you know what? I was on FaceTime to my mum the other night, and I even says to her, I says, Mum, like, we won because it was the first time I'd actually properly spoke to her, after a few days and stuff. And I was on FaceTime and I was like, now, where you get to the point you won the treble, and I think, what's next? Like, what do you? And my mum was just like, no, you have to go and do it again. So listen, there's always stuff there, but I'll be honest, the last weekend, that Saturday, Sunday, Monday was the best weekend of my life, honestly. Just obviously the Saturday, to win the treble, it was just. Because at the time, I just thought we'd won the Champions League, do you know what I mean? And then when you think about it, I was like, we've actually won the treble as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable, honestly. And I know, obviously, some people have had a little bit to say, about me, obviously celebrating, but you've got to remember there was the whole team celebrating, it weren't just me. Yeah. Obviously, there was a few videos of me and stuff, but...
You just got man of the match.
First time in a while. No, but obviously there was a lot of people, and listen, at the end, I went back on my camera roll on my phone, and I was like, I was in pre-season last year on the 11th of July. It's now, what is it, the 19th of June?
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing for 11 and a half, nearly 12 months, so... Give us a break, will you? Like, I'm just enjoying myself, and we just won the treble, which is the first time in Man City history. So I felt like it was quite deserved, personally. I don't know about you.
We've certainly stuck up for you. You're human. If you can't celebrate after a treble, when can you celebrate? So massive well done.
We love it. We love it.
Congratulations, Jack. So now when you take such a success that you've had with Manchester City into this England team, that can only do good things for the international side going forward.
Yeah, definitely. And I've said in so many interviews before, like, when we come here, I swear, it's like, it's weird because we're like a group of friends, like, I'm not being funny, we were playing against United the other week in the FA Cup, and, I'm arguing with, like, Shuri and stuff on the pitch, and then we come here and we're just, like, mates, do you know what I mean? And it all goes out the window because we do generally just want to succeed together, and fair play to the manager, honestly. I'm not just saying this. He's installed something brilliant into all of us, to get on, like, first and foremost, like a bunch of friends. And listen, when we go back to our clubs, it's all, you know, you're tunnel vision, ain't you, on your clubs, and you just want to win for your clubs. But when we do come here, honestly, it's like a group of friends playing with each other, and I think that can only be good things.
Yeah, we can absolutely see that out on the pitch as well. Look, we know you've done a lot of things this season. I wonder how your presenting skills are. Do you fancy taking us into the break?
Yeah, of course.
Go on then.
The thoughts of manager Gareth Southgate to come after the break, but before then, it's competition time and details of how you could win a prize package worth £15,000.
I'm out.
Sven, brilliant to see you. Thank you very much indeed for inviting us into your home. It's a beautiful, beautiful
Thank
surrounding.
you. It's a pleasure.
This is where you were born, I believe.
I'm born in Sunne and grown up north in Torsby.
Why did you come back to where you were born then?
Well, my parents they were alive at that time, but I didn't have a own place to stay, so I found out this place, so I bought it. 2001, I think it was.
When you were the England manager, I guess this in the summer was a wonderful escape from managing our national team.
It was beautiful, but as long as I was the England manager, the lake was full of boats, paparazzi. Everywhere they were around there.
Dearie me. You played right back, is that right?
I played the midfield at the beginning, but then right back, you're right. I was not good enough to play first division in Sweden. I played second, and I finished when I was 27. Tord came to me and said, I think it's better you help me with training, because he took a new team in Sweden and stopped playing. And I did that, 27. Good choice.
Some decision though, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it was, of course it was. I was not happy with it in the beginning, because I thought I could do better as a player. The dream was that, but no. I had better luck as a coach.
You certainly did. So then from assistant to being the manager, being a coach,
yeah, you know,
what was that like for you?
You know, Tord, after 1 year together, we worked, he went, because he went to be assistant in the national team of Sweden. And then he said, it's yours, take it. Wow. It was a third division team, and we won the league, and when we were promoted, they phoned from a better club.
And the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah,
the journey started. Well, I know you enjoyed living in London as well. So, I didn't know what to bring you for an invitation to Sven-Göran Eriksson's house. So, we have the traditional English tea bags for you.
Thank you.
And the English shortbread.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem at all. No,
Very
thank
nice
you
of
for your time.
No.
So, I know you're going to show me around this wonderful home of yours. Let's go and have a seat over here and go down memory lane. You coming in?
I don't think she will disturb.
Come on. Come on. Oh, she wants to stay. Look at that. I've made a friend.
Yeah, as long as you do that, she stays there.
Yeah? Okay. How did your life change when you were named the manager of our national team?
Yeah, football-wise, it didn't change that much. But the England job was a bigger job than I thought. One coach phoned me and said, Sven, congratulations to the new job when I signed for England. I will give you an advice, he said. What is that? I said, live in Paris. So after a year, I knew what he meant. But it's a great job, and I was happy, very proud to have it. It's good and bad that you got too much attention in that job.
Can anything prepare you for that type of
I was not
exposure?
prepared, so it became a big surprise for me, bad surprise, because where I've been before in Sweden, Portugal and Italy, the private life, they don't care at all about that. But that became extremely important for some of the media in England, not all of them. The football media is very good in England. They were rather fair. If you lose Northern Ireland away, which we did, I didn't expect, well, Sven, shall you resign tonight or tomorrow? Was the first question. I didn't expect that, but anyhow, of course, I don't buy the papers on the day after because they kill us, and they should do.
So how did you deal with those lows?
There were not too many.
No.
The only qualification game we lost, that was against Northern Ireland in 3 years. So what was not good, we should have done better in the big tournaments.
When you first took the job, though, qualification was everything. I mean, let's talk about 2 nights in particular. The Germany night. Did you sense at that point what it meant for England to do that in Germany and how special that was? And that got you off to a flying start in the job, really?
Yeah, we went to Germany there, and I don't think we were the favourite to win the game.
No.
So, of course, that result is amazing. You don't beat Germany away. You can beat them, but 5-1 is incredible. And it was one of those nights, everything went well for us. That was a special night, of course.
What did that feel like as the England manager to lead a team to a night like that?
It became almost too much. It's like we already had won the World Cup.
Yeah.
We hadn't qualified. So that put the expectation maybe even higher for the next games to play.
I was also lucky enough to be at Old Trafford against Greece. I would love to have seen your heart monitor that night.
There I was extremely angry on the bench, and we all were. We just wanted to have points against Greece to qualify, and Beckham saved us, of course, but I don't know how many free kicks he had before that.
Did you think Sheringham was going to take it at one point?
I thought so, because he went there to say, that's mine, but Beckham, obviously, what I heard later, no, move, it's mine. And he showed, once again, that good captain. We didn't play that good, but the final result was extremely good.
How did you feel heading to the 2002 World Cup? Did you think, oh, I've still got a group capable here?
We should have reached the final, I think. We were as good as anyone there, but that was a tournament we failed. I think we did okay until we met Brazil. Just a minute or so before halftime they scored.
Rivaldo.
We lose the ball on the midfield twice, I think. And of course that's mentally a very important goal for Brazil. But once again I say, yeah, we could have beaten them and maybe we should, but they were the best team in the World Cup.
Did Ronaldinho mean it, Sven?
No. But still, many years after, now and then we meet in some sort of football circles. And I always tell him, you didn't mean that. Yes, when he said, I meant it. He didn't, for sure.
We've obviously got England-Brazil at Wembley. What is it like to be involved in an England-Brazil game?
No, it's fantastic because you meet the nation which won most World Cups, the best. They're not always the best, but Brazil is football. That could easily be World Cup final in 2.5 years' time.
When I told some of my friends that you were kind enough to invite me to your house, they actually wanted to say hello to you as well. You ready, Sven?
Yeah.
Just wanted to say I wish you all the very best and thank you for all the memories and all the help in my career, making my dream come true, playing for England at a World Cup twice. I remember I scored against Northern Ireland and you come over after the game and you said to me, you had a glass of champagne or wine in your hand. I said, finally, you've become a complete player. And I was buzzing. It's always nice to hear that from the manager. Wish you all the very best to you and your family. It'd be great to see you soon.
Just want to say it was an absolute pleasure to play for England for you. That team obviously should have won something. I wish I had done a lot better than I actually did for you. So just want to say hello, Sven. Hope you're doing okay and all the best for recovery.
Fantastic.
I hope this finds you in good spirits. I hope you're keeping fine. And I hope you're enjoying the current England team who are doing so well. And of course, we're all looking forward to the European Championships in the summer. Take care, boss, and all the very best to you.
Fantastic. Wow. Stephen.
I just wanted to send you my best wishes, send you some love and support. Been thinking about you a lot lately. Okay, hope you're doing okay, and really looking forward to seeing you next week. I'll be as the gaffer at Anfield. I'll be really special. So just trying to get the body in good condition so I can last the 90 minutes.
Hi, Sven.
I'm just sending you all my best wishes and thanking you for all the support that you gave me whilst we were with England. And I'd love to be able to see you soon. Thanks very much.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for everything you did for me throughout my career, for believing in me when a lot of people didn't.
He was good.
It actually changed my career, changed my life in so many ways. So I just want to say thank you for that. Your support meant so much to me, and I just want to wish you all the best. Lots of love. Stay strong, and hopefully get to see you soon. But lots of love to you and your family.
Owen.
So those boys
Fantastic.
wanted to...
Thank you.
No problem.
Can I have it?
Of course you can.
Say thank you to all of them.
So getting back to the current England team, do you genuinely think they can win the Euros this summer from what you've seen?
I think so. I think they have a very good chance because they have a very, very good team. But the strength with England today is that they have almost two teams. At my time, we had 11 fantastic, and we had 12, 13, 14, 15 maybe. But we didn't have a lot of good strikers, for example. So when Rooney got injured, we struggled. But yeah, that's part of football, of course. Maybe France will be a tough opponent, but I can't see any other country there doing very well. Spain, no. Italy, no.
We've spoken about, obviously, your time with England. What have you made of the way Gareth Southgate has turned things around?
I mean, he's doing results. It seems to be a very united group of players. He's doing very well, and the last big tournament was very close. Now I think he will win the Euros.
What have you made of Jude Bellingham? I bet you would love to have coached him, Sven.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, oh yes, I would like to do that. He's everywhere. He can do everything. You can ask him play central defender or ask him play striker. I think he's capable to do whatever you ask him to do. And he's scoring, shooting, passing, defending. Absolutely a complete football player, and I think it's a good buy for Real Madrid. And he's already a big icon in Madrid.
Well, let's hope he can lead England to some silverware and some memories in the summer.
That was very nice, all these players.
No problem at all. You have a room with all your memories, is that?
Yeah, a lot of them, yes.
2002, what we were just talking about.
Yes.
Wow.
Pity. This is fantastic gift from the FA. It's one photo for every game I was in charge. So you see, it's a lot of them. It's very nice.
Fantastic.
Memories.
There's more memories from
this
Italy.
is Sampdoria. We won the Italian Cup.
Ah, just the Italian
But
Cup.
this is Sinisa Mihajlovic.
Yeah, what a player.
And probably one of the best left foot in the world. I moved from there and I moved to England and got the best right foot in the world.
Brilliant. And with England here, Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, we went to South Africa for a friendly game, and the FA organized a meeting with Nelson Mandela, and we talked football with him. Who is that?
Eusebio.
Yes.
Thank goodness I got that right. Wow.
That was a player.
And over here, a man very special to you, Tord.
I have a lot of things to say thank you to Tord for. He meant a lot for me.
And what's this here, Sven?
It's the invitation to a lunch in Buckingham Palace with the Queen and her husband. We were sitting, and for half of the time, we only spoke to them to the left. So to the left, I talked to the husband, and we talked polo. I can't anything about polo, but he was very interested. Then, second half, I spoke to the Queen and asked her if she likes football. And she said, not really. That was the football we talked.
Very special memories.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Sven, before we go any further, Amy is your Labradoodle.
Yes.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's very nice.
I've made a friend for life here, I think.
Yeah,
haven't I?
you have a friend
I have a
for
dog
life.
very similar at home. So. Right, are we going to let it carry on now? Come on then. Come on. Well, you better show me this lake.
Yes, let's
Please.
go out. You see, it's ice on the lake.
This takes your breath away. And obviously, Sven, when the news of your illness broke back home, everybody sends their well wishes. Has it put life into perspective for you? And we've been talking about your career and everything here.
In one way, yes. You appreciate waking up in the morning and feel well.
Mm.
And normally you don't do that. You take it for
granted.
For granted, yes. So that has changed, and in the beginning when you got the diagnosis from coming from nowhere, I was as healthy as it's like a shock.
Mm.
But after a while you learn to live with it, and today I sometimes I'm pain, but today I have a normal life, and I'm not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after.
Is that important
It's
in
very
your
important.
situation now?
Yeah, it is. In other way, sit down and thinking pity of yourself. No, live it. I don't talk about it very much. It's what it is, and can't beat it, probably, but anyhow, life is beautiful.
How my mind is you can't dwell on things you can't change. You can't get too low when the lows are there. I'm always hungry for the opportunity. When it's there, I want to take it with two hands.
Well, Ivan, 2 months after your return to football, here you are with England, about to play in a game that could potentially see you get into the squad for the Euros this summer. Games don't get much bigger, do they?
No, they don't. But yeah, I'm excited for the challenge. I'm up for it, so I just can't wait, you know.
How has the dynamic of this squad changed for you, given the injury to Harry Kane?
It's changed a lot. Obviously, you got to wait for your chance, and obviously the injury to Harry Kane gives a pathway for another striker to step in and fill the boots of him. I mean, obviously that's me and Ollie at the moment, so we still got to fight for our place. But when you get it, you got to take it with two hands, and hopefully you take the opportunity.
I was going to say, you strike me as the kind of person that relishes these sorts of challenges.
Of course, that's what football's all about. You know, whoever's in your way, you got to try and fight to get the position and make sure your name's in the hat of things.
Ollie started on Friday night. You're going to get your opportunity against Belgium. Many people are saying it's a straight shootout between the two of you. Is that how you view it?
Oh, well, Ollie's a great striker. I feel like we're different strikers to a certain extent. But yeah, obviously, I back myself in any opportunity, and no disrespect to him. Obviously, like I said, he's a great striker, but it's good competition, and that's what every striker would want.
You say they're your different strikers. What do you bring to this England team?
I feel like I bring more physicality. I feel like I can bring others into play. We're both similar attributes, but I feel like I just top certain bits and he would top certain bits that I can't really do as much. So,
where would you say you currently are at in terms of form? Are you at your peak at the moment? Because you have had quite a bit of time out, of course.
I feel like with me, I get straight into the thick of things, and I feel like I just hit the ground running as soon as I come back, and I know I'm capable of, no matter if I'm out for a year, 2 years, or still playing continuously. I know what I can do when I'm on a pitch, when my head's at it, and my head's in the right place at the moment, so hopefully I can keep contributing well to club level and international level. Was
there ever a point where you thought you might not be sitting here right now?
No, because I believed in myself, like I said, what I can do. I just couldn't wait to get back to football and start playing again, and I know I'll be in the mix of things as I do back my ability, whoever I'm up against.
How difficult was last year for you?
It was tough, but how my mind is you can't dwell on things you can't change. You can't get too low when the lows are there, and don't get too high when the highs are there. But I feel like you just gotta keep positive and keep thinking forward, because what's behind you can't change.
How did you do that though? What kept you going?
My kids, my kids and my family. Everyone around me was very supportive, even other football players, and just active and being busy and just keeping on a positive run. And all bad things come to an end, so you just got to keep fighting and keep going forward with life.
What was a typical training day like for you during that period? Because it must have been so different to what you were used to, being surrounded by all of your teammates.
It's just running really.
So you're very fit now then?
Yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, me personally, I hate running, but I had to do it at the time, and keep on top of things, because I feel like if I just laid off it would have been a lot harder to get back into the mix of things. But I've put my head down, grafted, and I'm sat here now looking to play an international game.
Who kept you going? You've mentioned they're your family, but also you said people from the world of football as well. Who was rallying around you?
Just my teammates, my manager, Thomas Frank, he kept me going also, and all the fitness team, all the coaches and staff at Brentford really. And just the determination that I've come so far, it's kind of like, there's no point giving up now. That's not an option. Just keep going, and everybody at Brentford and the staff and everyone, even the players, kept me in a good frame of mind.
Gareth Southgate was particularly vociferous in his support for you as well. What did that mean to you?
That meant a lot. Of course, that's going to mean a lot. Obviously, the manager, it shows that you're still in his head really. Obviously, it would have been easy for him to just dismiss me and choose another striker and look at other players, but to show that he was supporting me throughout and had me in his mind meant a lot, and it's only right if I repay him.
What was it like, that moment then, when you were able to go back to training with Brentford for the first time?
It was like I was starting school again. I was from primary schools going into secondary school, but no, it was good. Back around the boys, smiling, laughing, just joking around, and just the same football environment was good.
Do you have a mentor or anyone that kind of helps you out in football?
I'd say my dad really. My dad's pretty much similar to me. Just chilled, laid back, and he tries to help everyone. Like, he always puts everybody else first, and we always just think positive. Like, we play pool together all the time, and it's kind of like, when you're angry, you're not going to do the right shots and these kind of things. So you just have to be chill and mellow and do the right things, and it will pay off.
Will he be at Wembley?
I think he'll try and get on the pitch somehow. He'll be there. My whole family will be there, so it'll be good.
And this must feel like a real proud moment for them. I know you've played for England once before, quite a while ago, incidentally, but the position that you're in now, having been where you've been.
Yeah, obviously it's a long ride to get to here. Like you said, they've all been on the journey with me, and it'll be an exciting moment for me and my family. So we're just all excited. I think they'll be excited as well. So hopefully I can top it off with a goal and a win. So that'll be the ideal situation. Has
everything, this journey, which hasn't been easy, clearly, made you even hungrier for this?
I'm always hungry for the opportunity. When it's there, I want to take it with two hands, not with one hand and let it get away. So, like you said, this is my opportunity to put my name forward and put me in the frame, and hopefully I can do that.
You've worked your way up through the footballing pyramid. Do you ever get the opportunity, particularly maybe when you're here with England, to reflect on the journey to this point?
No, not really. I feel like I reflect when I'm finishing my career, really. At the moment, I'm just enjoying my football, enjoying my time, and trying to make it last as long as possible. But yeah, I know there'll be some point in time where I will sit down and look back at what I've done and what I've achieved over the years.
Has this whole experience, you think, made you potentially a better player and a better person for it?
Yeah, it's obviously helped me as a person and helped me mentally as well. I feel like nothing won't faze me, nothing will push me back. I'll always be hungry regardless of whatever situation I'm put in. And I'll just be ready for when the opportunity comes my way to go forward.
Lee, under-21s European Championship for your second consecutive tournaments. Can you put into words how proud you are?
Yeah, I'm not proud of myself. I'm really proud of the players. The commitment they've showed for the last 28 days, all the instruction we've tried to put into them so quickly. They've taken it on board. They've got so much belief. I spoke about it when we were at St George's, that this squad believe that they can win, and that's the kind of players that we need. So proud of them. I'm so happy for them. To be European champions for the second time is a great achievement, and I suppose the challenge now is to do it again in 2 years.
You've been thrown many curveballs before the tournament. Since you've been out here, you know, it's all changed. But how proud are you of what they've accomplished and what they've gone through tonight?
Yeah, they've got on with it. Any setback that we've had, the players have just got together, and I think I said at the start of the tournament, the longer we can stay in, the better we play. I didn't think we played great tonight. I thought we probably sat a little bit too deep and didn't have as much control as I would have wanted, but we probably won't remember that in a couple of days.
You signed a contract extension till 2027. What's next for you? Thinking about the World Cup, will you be working alongside Tuchel?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to try and enjoy tonight. I think it's important that, you know, I love my job. I'm very, very proud of the job that I do. I love working with the players. Obviously, I've had a chance with the senior team as well, and I love that. So the best thing I can do is help the pathway and try and help the senior team.
How do you celebrate tonight? And have you got a chance to actually rest now?
No, I think we go back to the hotel. I think we've got a couple of hours and then we fly back into Birmingham at 3:30. So quick turnaround. The players will be on holiday tomorrow. Their time is obviously very important to them, but it's important that they have maybe a shandy or two tonight.
Lee, congratulations. Thank you so much. Harvey, two-time under-21 European champion. How does that sound?
Again, you know, it's another incredible moment. I think this one meant a lot more, you know, especially coming off the back of winning it last time. There was big expectation, you know, big pressure, but I mean, the way the lads handled it from start to finish of this tournament, I think no one deserves it more than us, and you know, it's time to celebrate because, you know, it's been hard work, tiring with the heat, with everything involved, but you know, it's party time now, and we're gonna make the most of it.
You just said it. I mean, it's been a whirlwind tournament, but this team, how proud are you of what you've been able to accomplish?
I mean, it's getting me emotional. You know, the team it's one of a kind, and to work with these lads each and every day for the last month or so, you know, it's been one of the best moments of my career so far. All the lads are, you know, just top guys, and you know, might be the last time I'm ever going to play with some of them. As you know, we're moving on now. We're too old for the competition, but you know, it's been incredible, and I wish them nothing but the very best. You know, I hope they go on to succeed at everything in life because, you know, the way they are as lads, the way they are as players, to all get to this moment and, you know, to play so well again. I mean, yeah, it's getting emotional, but I'm so thankful for them.
The sense of togetherness that this squad has, is that camaraderie what got you over the line to do it for each other out there?
Yeah, I mean, you see everyone, the lads that came on again, you know, it's been frustrating to some of them. You know, CJ, Egan Riley, barely played. I don't think he's played until the final today, and the way he came on, you know, it could have been completely different. He could have been annoyed, but man, what a performance from him. And you know, Sam Millen Jr., Jonathan Rowe to get the final goal, Ethan, you know, Ranieri. I mean, that's just a few of them. I'm so proud of every single one of them. Everyone dug deep at some point in the tournament, and you know, now it's time to celebrate. And, you know, I hope the people back home are so proud of us because, you know, the way they supported us, we've seen it from where we are, Slovakia, and you know, we're so thankful. So this is for them.
Thomas Tuchel was in the stands tonight. Is it now time to push on, really, and show him what you can do ahead of next summer?
Yeah, you know, I hope so. It's never going to be easy because of the talent that's in the team. You know, world-class players from top to bottom. You know, it's never going to be easy, as I said, and just about me working hard. You know, trying to show at a club level and hopefully getting the opportunity. You know, as I said, we're thankful for him coming out here to support us, and you know, hopefully we put on a show for him, and you know, who knows? Yeah, it's one of them. We just need to wait and see.
Harvey, congratulations. Go and celebrate. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What a nation. Honestly, it feels great tonight. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy to enjoy this night with all my peers.
They didn't make it easy for you out there. You had to dig deep. But what does that say? What does the persistence say about the mentality of this squad?
Oh, everyone's exceptional, man. From the mindset, from the minute I came into the camp, I could just tell that everyone had the same mindset, you know. We all wanted to win. We've done that now. Job's finally finished. And, you know, we can all celebrate and go back to our clubs.
The senior team head coach was here in the stand tonight. Is that something that was on your mind, to put in a big performance tonight as well out there?
Of course. Obviously, I came into the game with a mindset about anything I can do to help the team, you know. I wasn't starting, but I knew that at some point, all of us on the bench would have to come and make a difference, you know, and help the team to push it over the line. And I'm so happy that we managed to do that in front of some important people tonight. And yeah, man, let's celebrate.
How are you celebrating?
Oh, I don't know yet, you know. I don't know. I let the captain decide, but I'm with whatever.
Johnny, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, Eberechi, how does it feel to finally be here away with England?
Yeah, it's special. Something I've been working towards for a long time, so it's amazing to be here, to see the players, to see the staff and see the standard of everything here. So it's an amazing opportunity.
The reason I said finally is because you've had so many near misses, haven't you? Particularly 2 years ago when you were so close to getting in the squad.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. Obviously, with the injury and stuff like that, it was quite a difficult period. You sort of see yourself get quite close and then obviously dropping quite far away from it because of the journey and how long it takes to actually get back fit. But yeah, no, I'm grateful I went through that experience because without it, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would be in this position. So I'm grateful.
Talk us through that day, sorry to bring it back up, when you did do your injury, because I believe you got back in the changing room and you got a message to say you were going to be in the squad.
Yeah, that was a weird day, obviously. Never experienced a big injury like that before. Going inside, I'm obviously in tears and gutted that I'm injured for starters. But then seeing the message about the provisional squad, that was a bit of mixed emotions because it was like, you're so close, but now you're actually just so far away from it. But I think I used it as motivation and sort of understanding that's the trajectory I was on and something I could continue to work towards.
Was that something you used throughout your rehab as well? That was the target, that was where you wanted to get back to?
Initially, for sure, that was the driving force and something I was like, listen, that's a level I want to get back to. But after a while, when you can't walk and stuff like that, it's like, okay, I just want to walk, I just want to run or whatever. So it's been a bit of a journey. It was sort of a long road, but honestly, I'm grateful to experience all that I went through.
Talk me through the mental side of that injury as well, because you've had the blow of knowing you would have been in the England squad and then having football taken away from you, something that had been so important in your life. What was that like?
Yeah, I think mentally is probably the most challenging thing. Being able to play is something that you miss so much when you're injured and you don't realise how big of a part of your life it is. But again, I look back at it and I see that I've grown as a person, not just as a football player. I know that I've improved there, but more so as a person. I can see myself in a different light now, and I know that I wouldn't be this person if it wasn't for that experience.
What made you fall in love with football? What made you want to be a footballer?
I think from young, just watching YouTube videos of Ronaldinho and stuff like that, that's always been stuff that I used to do with my brothers. So I've always loved skills, I've loved tricks, I've loved running past players and stuff like that. So that's a huge part of the type of player I am as well. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, and that's what showed me or built a passion and love for football, for sure. And
when you first started playing, you started playing cage football, is that right?
Yeah, I was playing cage football for a long time. Obviously, even still in academies, whilst I was training there, I would still go back to the cages and still play with friends and stuff like that. So that's sort of where football is most enjoyable. And it's probably where I learnt most of how I play as well. So it's a big part of me, definitely.
What kind of things did it teach you? How did it make you become the player you are today?
I think like ball control and being able to run past players, handling the ball in tight spaces, being able to get knocked by bigger players and get up, and there's not really many fouls and stuff like that. So it's just literally
doing what you can to be as effective as you can be in harsh circumstances. So I think for sure that's built me and it's helped me to become the type of player I am today.
You grew up in South London. I know you're very proud of your roots. What was it like? Talk to me about your upbringing and how football played a part in it.
Yeah, as I say, I'm grateful for where I grew up and the things that I saw and experienced because they've shaped me. We would play football every single day after school, walk down the hill into a cage and put our bags down, put our jumpers down, and everyone's just playing. And it's those moments there that you probably don't realise that's your first education, first bit of education as a footballer. So hugely important in terms of the person I am today.
Was there a point at which you thought, hold on, I think I could make it professionally here?
I don't think I understood what it meant to be a professional until 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah, so when I started to see players progressing and getting into under-21s and realising, oh, those are pros as well, and they're trying to get into the first team. But before that, honestly, it was just about enjoying football. That's all I wanted to do all the time. I wanted to enjoy and play and run past people. I just love football so much. So it wasn't until that point that I saw, okay, cool, there's actually something that can come from this.
You did get into the Arsenal Academy as a youngster. I imagine that was your dream, but it wasn't all plain sailing, was it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't easy. Obviously signed there when I was 8 or 9 and got released at 13. And at that time, that's probably the hardest release because that's all I knew at the time. And a big thing that people probably don't understand is at that age, that's part of your identity. So it's like, I'm a Eberechi who plays for Arsenal, and anywhere you go, that's how you're referred to, that's how you're spoken about. So the moment you get released, it's like, okay, that's a big part of me that's just left.
Yeah.
But of course, with my faith in God and my family and the people around me, they helped me to sort of build my confidence and understand that there's more to life than just what team you play for or whatever. So I think that's helped me get a great balance for sure.
You did then go to other clubs, and it took you quite a while, didn't it, to get that first professional contract at QPR. How did you keep dealing with those setbacks?
I don't actually know. I don't actually know. I think for me, the main thing would be my faith in God. So I believe that as long as I work hard and apply myself, what will happen, and I trust that the plan He has for me is the best. I'm just grateful enough that it ended up in a professional contract and me playing football, enjoying the job that I do and being able to express myself every weekend, which is honestly something I can't put into words how great it is.
Does this journey and all the setbacks that you've had along the way make moments like now feel even more special for you?
Yeah, 100%. I think when you look back at the journey and understood all that me, my family, all the people that have supported me, all that everyone's gone through, and to get to a point like this, is speaking to my mum about it, you can't really explain, you can't really put it into words. All I can do is just thank God.
I was going to say, tell me what your family make of all of this, because they've been on this journey as well.
Honestly, when I speak to them on the phone, they're just like, they're thanking God so much, and they understand that it's so much bigger than just what's happening to us as a family. The people that are being inspired by the story, the people that are looking at their current situations and saying, okay, cool, this is someone that's gone through adversity and this is how to come out of it. I feel like that's a huge thing, and that's probably how I see it most. Less about myself, but more about the people that are looking at the story and inspiring and motivating people to make something of themselves too.
I was going to say, I also read a story that a few years ago you donate to food banks on Sundays. There was a really nice story going around on social media where you turned up at a food bank on a Sunday and they didn't realise you were a footballer. Is that true?
I think it's better that way, but no one realises or knows what's going on, I think.
Why is that?
Because I'm not doing it because I want people to know. I'm doing it because that's just what I felt convicted to do at the time. And it's something that I was doing with my church as well. So, yeah, with my church, we would deliver food to different houses and people who were in difficult situations. And yeah, for me, I try to do that as something that's personal and as something that's to myself. So obviously people find out, they find out. There's not really anything you can do about that. But yeah, that's just how I am.
Where does this come from, this feeling of like a greater good? It's not just about Eberechi Eze, it's about the bigger picture.
I think it's, again, my faith in God. I think my parents have instilled that in me from a young age. My brothers and the people around me, we always speak about it and we understand that what we do now is not necessarily the most important thing. It's about inspiring people, and if you can inspire people and you can help people to become the best version of themselves, that's probably more important than whatever accolade or reward or whatever that you receive yourself. So that's how I see my life. That's how I see the position that I'm in, and I'm grateful to be able to do it.
So who was the first person you rang then when you got the call?
First person I called was my wife, and she was just so happy because she's been through absolutely everything with me. She's seen the highs and the lows, the contracts, the releases. She was with me throughout my whole Achilles injury, and she was the one supporting me the most pretty much throughout all of that. So to see her face and see how happy she was, for me, that was everything.
Has it given you a chance to reflect, being here, on everything that you have been through, everything that you've achieved?
Yeah. To be honest, every day I'm always like looking back, and not looking back as if I'm living in the past, but looking back just for gratitude and to understand that you've come from so far. So experience today and enjoy it, and don't get caught up in things that are going on or being worried or whatever. It's just about enjoying the present moment as much as possible because of where you've come from, and that's a big thing for me.
You clearly are enjoying the present moment in terms of your football as well. You had a brilliant end to the season in particular. What's been behind that, do you think?
I think Roy Hodgson coming in, that helped a lot. I think he sort of brought out energy in me, a freedom and confidence that I think not only me but as a team we were probably lacking. So he sort of helped us on that journey and brought it out of us, and you could see by the way we were playing, we were so much more confident, so much more free, and yeah, I'm grateful to him for coming in and helping me regain form as well.
You've used the word free quite a lot. Is that how you like to feel when you're on a football pitch?
Yeah, that's how I best describe myself. When I'm free, that's when I can do what I want to do and express myself fully, and that's probably when I'm at my best as well.
Have you had a chance to discuss with the manager here just what he might want to see from you on the pitch?
Yeah, I've spoken to him, I've had conversations with him. He's helped me to understand how things work around here and sort of challenges that I'll experience and where he sees me as well. But for me, that's huge because I'm seeing myself and understanding what's going on, I'm learning, and it gives me an opportunity to sort of see myself at the highest level.
And what do you want the England fans to see from Eberechi Eze if you get onto the pitch this weekend?
I want them to see me enjoying myself and expressing myself as I've done with Palace, and playing the same type of football that I was playing there, because I feel like as long as I'm free and I'm confident and I'm doing my thing, then that's the best version of myself.
You've spoken about Palace, 3 Palace players in this squad. You're obviously a South London boy. How proud does that make you as well?
Yeah, very. I think to have so many players, obviously with Tariq Mitchell as well, who was here, to see the talent that is coming out of Palace and the level of, it's not just, as you said, it's not just about the talent, it's the level and quality of the players as well is very high, and being called to a higher stage. So it's something that we can be very pleased with and something that we want to continue to build on for sure.
You've clearly played with freedom this season for your club. Can you still play with that same freedom when you go out onto that pitch wearing an England shirt? Will you still be that same player that played in the cages all those years ago?
Yeah, I think that's the aim. That's the aim. I want to be that player wherever I go. Of course, it's different in different systems, and you have to learn and adapt to the way the team plays. But for sure, I'll be myself, and that's probably the biggest advice I've been given, to be myself.
Well, best of luck. Enjoy it. It's great
Thank
to
you.
see you here.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Perfect. We're still on time. Beautiful.
James Maddison is a player that has featured more for you in recent months and has, of course, made a big move to Spurs this summer. He's one of a number of players that have actually made big moves. What have you made to the way he's adapted to that change and the role that he's playing at Spurs?
Well, I'm not surprised. He's got great quality and he's a really personable character. So to fit in with a new group of teammates at a new club, I think he's well equipped to do that. And he's very thoughtful about his football. So, yeah, the ability to fit in quickly, we've seen that over the last few months with us. The role, I mean, he has played different positions at Leicester with us, at Tottenham, but we know the areas of the pitch where he's most effective. It's just behind the forward and it's in the pockets of space between the opposition midfield and defence, and wherever he starts, he's got a great habit of arriving into those areas and being able to turn and play forward, and so he's got great creativity and a real goal threat.
Harry Kane's also moved to Germany this summer. I know you spoke about it in your press conference. No surprise to see how well he's adapted there, but what have you noticed maybe differently in his game, and how can that propel him to an even higher level, do you think, with England?
Well, I think the tactical side, it's very early, but he's going to be in the opposition final third more than he has been in the last couple of years. So Bayern dominate nearly all of their games. They're going to be higher up the pitch, which means I suspect we'll see him more in the opposition penalty area than perhaps we have. For me, the biggest change is going to be at Bayern. They've won the league so many times. The expectation is they win every week. The pressure is to win trophies. And I think that, plus a new life experience, will be the things that really add to him as a person and to him as a player.
Declan Rice has also had a busy summer, winning a European trophy with West Ham, then moving to Arsenal. Firstly, he's come back into camp, given what happened on Sunday. Has the smile come off his face at all?
Well, he's obviously respectful that there are some Manchester United players here, so we always have to, marry everybody's enjoyment at the weekend before we arrive with the disappointment of others. But no, he's relishing the new challenge. I think what was important for him, he had huge loyalty to West Ham, and I think the way that he conducted himself through that process, of course, in the end, some people, if you leave the football club, are never going to be happy, and that's completely understandable. But I think he did everything he could, and he performed at the highest possible level until the last minute of the last game with them, left them with a European trophy, and now for him onto a different sort of challenge, which again I think for his football development, when you work with different coaches and you work at different clubs, it just adds to your knowledge and your understanding of the game.
Jordan Henderson also moved to Saudi Arabia this summer. Was there ever any doubt in your mind that you would name him in this squad?
Well, you could never be 100% certain because we needed to see his fitness level, and I couldn't guarantee him anything when he called me in the summer. What the conversation I did have with him was that I wouldn't just rule him out because he was moving to a league that at the moment isn't at the level of the big European leagues. But clearly a lot of international teams are going to face this complex issue, and over the years lots of national teams have. We've always had players playing in England, really. Other international managers have had players playing in all parts of the globe, really. Brazil would be a classic of that. They probably have players playing in more countries across the world than any other. So all I said to him was that we would assess him. It's not as easy to assess him in the league he's in, because when you're watching when the Champions League starts, the best against the best all the time, or the intensity of the Premier League, it's easier to gauge exactly where players are. So we've got to use some of the training data that we get, match data, to help us with some of that decision making.
But given everything your England team has come to stand for over the past few years, do you understand some of the questions that have come your way about it?
Well, I understand why there would be some comment on the stance that Jordan as an individual took, and then his decision to go to a country that where homosexuality is illegal. I don't understand the question around selecting him other than on performance, because we know what we stand for and that doesn't change. So everybody in their lives is going to make career decisions based on any number of different reasons. I didn't feel in any way that should be something that ruled Jordan out. We have trade with Saudi Arabia in any number of industries, so it's not a situation we have with Russia, where the government have separate decision and we're not trading and relationships are in a different place. We don't have that. So in terms of broader society, we don't do it. So why would we make that decision on a football basis?
Every time you name a squad, there's always going to be high-profile omissions or players that are perhaps playing really well for their clubs that don't make it into your squad. How difficult is it for you now to get that balance between the players that are playing really well for their clubs and the players that have been playing well for England?
Yeah, I mean, I think, firstly, do we think the players are good enough to help us become European champions? That's the start point. So, yes, somebody can have a couple of good games and score goals, but who are those goals against? What's the level of the opposition? Over what period are we looking? At the moment, we're 3 games into the season, four league. When we picked the squad, 4 league games now. So I'm not sure that's form. That's a snapshot of where people are at. You can see certain players at a certain level. We'll know a lot more by October where everybody is. And what we didn't want to do, when you're trying to build a team and a togetherness, there's got to be some consistency. So you can't lob 10 out every camp and pick the first 10 that look like they're playing well over a small period of game, because that means there's no continuity, you're never building, there's no spirit with the group. I think everybody that's watched us over a number of years would say the spirit of the group is at its highest for a long time, and part of that is that depth of continuity and new players coming in, but they're supported by experience around them. It makes it an easier transition for the newer players.
Harry Maguire is one player who the spotlight is always on, given the fact he plays for Manchester United. He's still not getting the starts there, and he's also lost the captaincy this summer as well. What have your conversations been like with him?
Over the last few camps, it's always been, look, this isn't an ideal situation. Other players are playing, so there's competition. We've, of course, in terms of this squad that we've just named, we've lost a lot of experienced players in terms of caps in the last few months. Eric Dyer not in the starting group squad with Spurs. Tyrone Mings, unfortunately, was in the squad in the summer and out for most of the season. Connor Cody, who has played a lot of football with us, has been injured and now playing in the Championship. So we are looking at a newer group. John Stone's out as well. But we'd be crazy not to have somebody of Harry's experience in with that group at the moment. He, of course, ends up on the pitch with United at the weekend and looks like he's going to play games. I'm sure there are enough games for a club like United that he's going to play a fair amount of football this year.
You said when you stayed on in December that you felt you had unfinished business with this team. As we start a season that will end with your 4th major tournament as England boss, how confident are you that you can achieve what you stayed on to achieve?
Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about the team winning if I didn't think they could do it. So 7-8 years ago, our target going to Russia was to win a knockout game because we hadn't won one for 10 years. Our targets have now revised. So I have confidence, but of course we have to keep delivering and we have to keep improving everything we do. how can we get better? How can the small details get better and better? Because as you're seeing in the league every week, tactical changes are happening all the time. You've got to be able to adapt to them. You've got to be able to find different ways to score. You've got to be able to react to how teams attack you. So it's never a stationary piece. When we left Old Trafford, I'd have happily gone into a European Championship the next day. Got pretty much everybody fit and available. Team are playing well, full of confidence, but we weren't playing the next day. We've got another 12 months, and here we are, 4 or 5 months on with quite a few players missing. So, good test of the depth of the squad, and another challenge for us to come through.